baked. And so it's like, I'm gonna pack another bowl and sit here and be a professor and smoke my pipe. And I vomit.
Oh, geez. I'm going to shave it off. It was getting so thin that it wasn't even funny anymore.
Yeah.
You just got to get comfortable with it, you know. Thank God for Patrick Stewart making it cool.
Is it cool, though? And she says, now he looks like a little boy. He doesn't look like a baby anymore.
Oh.
So it was very sad. But he didn't smell as bad, so that's good. Welcome to Hella Foggy, a podcast about the Bay Area.
He's Greg, and I'm Wayne.
We're two Bay Area natives from both sides of the bay.
Our podcast gets a little ranty.
A little sentimental.
Sometimes informative.
But mostly pointless.
Basically, it's just us trying to make sense of this weird place we love and call home.
So pick up a tie at So pick up a tie at the Emporium's Father's Day sale.
And enjoy Hella Foggy.
Emporium's Father's Day sale, Wayne.
Haven't heard that in a long time, Greg.
It was hard to get out. I'm telling you. Emporium's a weird word without the apostrophe S. But you add the apostrophe S, it's just gnarly.
Yeah. God, when was the last time you saw an Emporium-Capwell?
I don't know. I don't think they exist anymore, do they?
I think they went out of business in the early 90s, mid 90s.
I don't know. But we're talking about Father's Day today.
Yeah, it's a special episode. Thank you for listening. We're going to celebrate dads today.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Both Greg and I are fathers, but we also have some really interesting memories of our dads that we're going to share as well.
But why didn't we do a Mother's Day one?
I forgot.
Okay, well, I guess this is a shout out to the moms, I guess.
Shout out to the moms, too. We love you all. And if we get to a Mother's Day episode next year, we'll make sure we do one.
If we get to a Mother's Day episode, we'll do one.
Yeah, if we make it to 2027.
May of 2027. If we're still going, you're going to hear a Mother's Day episode.
Absolutely. Couple quick takebacks from the last episode. I just wanted to clarify a couple of things. MDC, the punk band, was originally from Austin, Texas before they moved to San Francisco.
Okay.
And then our Hall of Fame great, Chris Mullin from the Golden State Warriors. I couldn't remember the college that he went to. He went to St. John's in Queens, New York. He graduated in 1985. He got drafted by the Warriors as their number 7 overall pick. He was a 5-time All-Star, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and he played for the Golden State Warriors until 1997. Thank you, Mully.
And I wonder if he had a flat top at college.
Yeah, it's like that's his signature look.
Yeah.
Right? He's in his 60s now, and he still has that flat top.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he found a look.
I'm glad he has hair.
Yeah.
I'm quite jealous.
Oh, man.
For those who don't know, I'm not as blessed with hair as Greg is.
Wayne's bald. But you have a nice beard. You have nice facial hair.
Thank you. You remember those, the Play-Doh Barber Shop? I feel like I turned the head upside down and was able to push hair out of the bottom of my head versus the top.
Brother needs a little off the top of the Fuzzy Pumper Barber Shop.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a jingle.
Yeah. You know who else was bald?
Who was bald, Wayne?
Walter Lee, my dad.
And Tom Mills was bald too.
Was he really?
We had 2 bald fathers.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Are your brothers bald?
My brother has a bald spot, much like I have a bald spot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe it is like passed down maternally. That's what the rumor is.
Well, my grandfather on my mom's side had like an insane amount of hair. Like he was dead before I was born, but the pictures of him, he has this lion's mane of white hair.
So it's all a scam. Nobody knows how that's passed on then.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I remember when I first met you, I had some hair, I think. Yeah. And then ultimately I just said, screw it.
And you shaved it.
I'm going to shave it off. It was getting so thin that it wasn't even funny anymore.
Yeah.
You just got to get comfortable with it, you know. Thank God for Patrick Stewart making it cool.
Is it cool, though?
Oh, thanks. Yes.
And then
Michael Jordan.
And then when did you learn to put sunscreen on it? Like, have you been sunburned on your scalp?
I have, especially when I was, I coached my kids when they were young.
Yeah.
Especially in like softball, and you're out in 95-degree weather in Rockland, and a hat, the hat will give you the tan line, right?
Yeah.
But then, UV does kind of penetrate through that mesh of the hat as well. So I've gotten sunburned there before.
So you got to get like those swim team dad straw hats.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And that's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've learned how to put sunscreen on my head and avoid getting too sunburned. And that's all we'll talk about. My hair.
Yeah, if you listen to this is a Father's Day podcast, so you're gonna hear a lot about sunburnt bald spots and bald heads.
But Walter used to have, before he accepted,
Walter being your dad,
Walter Lee, yeah,
is
my dad for the longest time up until he was 51, almost 52. He had a comb over.
Yeah,
so like straight up Mr. Roper.
Yeah,
comb over. Where he would, every morning I would hear him use half a can of hairspray to,
like hairnet,
something, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and he would just cake it in. Like it would just be like this shell on top of his head. But then he had a heart attack right before he was 52.
Yeah.
And I remember he was in a coma for six weeks.
Mm.
And the nurse turned to me and said, "Can we cut his hair?" Because it was very long. Like it was just long on the sides, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "It's getting in the way." We're trying to take care of him, and it's getting in the way. Can we cut the hair? And before she even finished asking, I was like, go for it. Just do it. If there's anything that can wake him up from his coma, is his hair going away.
The breeze on the top of his head will wake him up.
And he was a heavy smoker too. Like he was, I don't know, maybe a pack a day or whatever. Yeah. But in the coma, it's crazy. His hand would just go to his mouth, like as if he were smoking a cigarette in a coma.
Oh, that's weird.
It was really weird. Because all the doctors were like, "Oh, it looks like he was a smoker." I'm like, "How do you know? Could you smell it or whatever?" No, his hand is constantly going to his mouth. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was dreaming of smoking.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe he was just like standing on the corner taking a drag.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that was a big thing. I remember he would get really mad, especially in mid 80s during that whole like stop smoking push.
Yeah.
They were educating kids at the time to sort of influence their parents and also kids not to smoke. Mm-hmm. And I just remember him getting so upset at me. Like,
at you?
Yeah, because they passed out little stickers,
Yeah.
And I put it on my bedroom door.
Yeah.
And he blew his top, his shell of a top.
He was mad because you thought smoking was bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
When my kids were little, this is how successful that was. Mm-hmm. That education push over 20 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when my kids were little, we were driving around and my son saw a guy smoking on the sidewalk and he started crying. He was like maybe 5 or 6 or something.
Okay.
So why is he smoking? Why is he doing that?
Well, they say Gen Z is more prone to start smoking now because I think it's just been gone for so long.
But also vaping.
Vaping probably helped, yeah. But yeah, it was weird. Like growing up in the 70s and 80s, I mean, it was still around so much, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember going to Denny's all the time and like, when you're waiting to go to Denny's, they didn't have an arcade game there, but they had a cigarette machine. I remember always pulling
those knobs with the crystal.
The knobs with yeah. I'm like, "Dad, come on. Let me put some coins in, buy your pack of cigarettes. I want to pull so did your dad?
My dad smoked a pipe.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I think before I was born, he smoked cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And then the doctor's like, if you're going to smoke a pipe, maybe. And I think back then it was just, I don't know if it's necessarily better to smoke a pipe than to smoke cigarettes, but he smoked a pipe. And one of my earliest memories is stealing his pipe. Mm-hmm. We were eating outside. We had barbecued, and he he had a little holder for his pipe that he would put it in, and then I grabbed it, and I took a paper plate, and I ran behind the shed, and then I was smoking the pipe and holding the paper plate in front of my face so they wouldn't see me cleverly.
How'd you feel after smoking it?
I think I managed one puff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, like all my uncles smoked.
Yeah.
And everybody had their own brand of cigarettes. But I did also have one uncle who was the pipe and cigar guy.
Yeah.
There's something really beautiful about the smell of a pipe.
Yeah. And it tastes like in my early 20s, I smoked a pipe briefly. Mm-hmm. And the taste is good. I mean, relative to, I'd rather eat food, but if you're gonna smoke tobacco, I think pipe tobacco can taste good. And at one point, so my girlfriend bought me all these like flavored tobaccos for Christmas or my birthday or something. Mm-hmm. And there was one I really liked. And so it's like, I'm gonna pack another bowl and sit here and be a professor and smoke my pipe. And I vomited.
Oh, geez.
And so that kind of... What happened is I inherited from my dad his pipe tobacco holder. Mm-hmm. So it was this humidor, like a cedar box that was environmentally protected or whatever.
Okay.
That had pipe holders on the side. And so I have my pipe tobacco in the humidor. I'll just grab a pinch here. And then it was the most pretentious thing. And I also smoked cigars at the same time. Not the same time that I was smoking a pipe, but at that point, I was, I'll have a cigar occasionally. Can't do it anymore. It doesn't agree with my tummy.
Oh, that's wild.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. Mm-hmm. Did you ever smoke?
My dad smoked so much that I was so disgusted by it.
Right.
So I've actually never picked up a cigarette.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that.
Oh, wow.
I've had cigars. I've had, Mary Jane.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I've totally avoided it altogether. I will say I have had many moments where I've just craved the smell of secondhand smoke.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds disgusting to think that, but like the secondhand smoke is actually like there's something calming and weirdly addictive about it.
It smells better than it tastes for sure, yeah. And it has to be fresh. Like it has to be coming off a hot cigarette instead of like the next day.
Yeah, when it's stuck in everything,
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Like you were saying, like that initial smell of a freshly lit cigarette, right?
Yeah.
Something really intoxicating about it. Be fun to learn a little more about your dad. I don't know too much other than what you just mentioned.
Honestly, he passed when I was 11, mm-hmm. So my memories are really patchy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was in his early 50s when I was born.
Okay.
Or maybe even, I don't know.
Okay.
So my memories are real patchy. So he died like 2 days before 6th grade started, which not a good time.
Ouch.
Bad timing, Tom. But yeah, so he was quiet. And I'll be honest, I suspect that he may have been on the spectrum. And it was just, he was of a generation where that didn't really get attended to.
Yeah.
But his health was poor. I think that contributed to his relative shyness. Mm-hmm. So, and he may have been an alcoholic, come to think of it. So one of my chores in terms of my dad was he would get home, and as I mentioned, he was bald, and then get in his chair, which was like this wingback chair. Mm-hmm. And then I'd climb up on his shoulders and rub his head while he was drinking Chablis over ice.
Nice.
Gallo Brothers Chablis.
Yeah.
And then I'd rub his head. And then when he needed more Chablis and ice, I'd climb down off his shoulders and run to the kitchen and grab the big jug of Gallo.
I do remember those, yeah.
Yeah. The Gallo Chablis, and then drop a couple ice cubes in it and then come running back. Here you go, Dad. And then rub his head again while he watched the news.
That's a cool memory.
I think I'm remembering that he was an alcoholic, though. And then So we've talked about me going to church.
Yeah.
And so there was a point when we would go to church at this church in Berkeley that was is still across the street from the Ashby BART station. And we'd go every Sunday. But my dad, he'd put on his suit and we'd get in the station wagon, the Grand Torino, and then go out to Berkeley. And Dad would just read the paper in the car. He would leave us wild animal children to my mom. She'd take us to church.
Yeah.
And then he would just sit in the car and read the paper in his suit.
So was he, because your mom was Russian, right?
He was not Russian.
He was not Russian, right? Okay.
Yeah. And he was adopted. So doing research on like 23andMe, apparently of Scottish extraction, because my DNA points to that.
Okay.
So, and it's interesting because through Ancestry or one of them, I did find a Scottish cousin whose husband was a member of the Scottish Parliament. So that was very exciting. So,
that's very cool.
Yeah.
So he was like 100% Scottish or just majority?
It seemed
Scottish?
like it, but yeah. So it turns out there's a lot of Scots that settled in Santa Barbara.
Oh.
And so a lot of his relatives are down there. I haven't reached out to him because that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess a lot of Scots settled in Santa Barbara to work on the oil rigs.
Okay.
Have you been to Santa Barbara? It smells like oil.
I've been to Santa Barbara. I have not noticed the oil scent.
Yes, well,
is it? Okay.
Those are the Scots and their oily smell, their aroma.
Well, you identify more as Russian, though.
Yeah, because we were raised to be Russian.
Yeah.
Like going to a Russian church and going to Russian school.
Yeah.
But my dad just didn't really have, I think it too is like he was not necessarily comfortable with not knowing his background.
Yeah, because there was no 23andMe.
And again, yeah, and I think it was, I don't know, like his generation, they let things lie. They didn't really their attitude was that's the way it is, so why poke it with a stick?
Did he ever talk about being adopted?
No, he didn't talk about anything, really.
Yeah.
And again, I was really young.
Yeah, that's true.
So he did try to spend time with me. I think it was tiring for him.
Yeah.
Honestly. But we would go see James Bond movies whenever they would come out. And then he would take me to go. There was a really good toy store at Sun Valley Mall called Toy World that had all these high-end British toys, like the big corgi cars. So you got the small Matchbox or Hot Wheels, right?
Yeah.
And the corgis were bigger and they were really super detailed. And so they're the ones. So he bought me one time when we went to the movies, he got me a James Bond Aston Martin that shoots the guy out the roof
of the passenger seat or...
Yeah, and it had machine guns that popped out in front and a bulletproof shield that would pop out and back. And there was a little switch and you could turn the license plate.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That does sound...
We also got a Lotus Esprit from The Spy Who Loved Me that turns into a submarine.
Oh, you still have those?
No, I wish I did.
Yeah. It's interesting. I almost lost my dad early on.
Yeah.
I guess he would have been 50... Like I said, 52 when he had that heart attack. He lived another 23 years after that. So that was sort of...
Yeah.
And you've met my dad.
Yep.
Several times.
Walter.
Yeah. He was a character.
Yeah, he was a very funny man.
It was funny because before, when Greg and I were working together, he was just my dad. I think there was a couple times when he would come and we would have lunch. I think it was close to, I think he had retired by then. But his fame, I guess, sort of skyrocketed when he left a voicemail on my phone. I think it was a Monday morning I came in and I listened to it and my jaw dropped because it was so funny. I was just, I stopped in the tracks. And then I played it for everybody. And it basically sounded like this. This is a voicemail. Okay. Hey, Wayne. This is my dad's voice, by the way. He's got this weird Upper West Side Jewish voice.
A Chinese guy from Hong Kong. It's this sounds like an old Jewish deli owner.
Yes. Yeah. He goes, Wayne, this is your father. Walter. I mean, the pause itself was just perfect.
Just the idea that you might have another father.
Like he needed to clarify too, just to be very specific of who it was. And then once he established his identity, he went into his message. But I grabbed everybody. I was like, "Hey, you got to listen to this. Listen to this." And it was just the funnest thing at that moment. Yeah. And then we've mentioned our friend Monty, who used to work with us, right? He loved it. He thought it was the funniest thing as well. But he was also a Jets fan.
Yeah.
And a big Jets fan.
It's the weirdest thing in the world for anyone to be.
Yeah. Nobody wants to admit they're a Jets fan, but he wears it. And so one weekend, right, I remember telling my dad, "Okay, Dad, hey, I want to do this thing for my friend Monty, right? Because he loves the voicemail that you left me. Can you leave him a voicemail?" And so he called up the phone number back when we all had work phone numbers, right? And he left a message on his phone, and all it said was, "Monty, the Jets suck." And so I'm sort of like waiting for Monty to come in on a Monday morning, right? And I'm sort of like passing by, seeing if he's gonna, start tapping into his phone. Yeah. And I'm sort of standing off in the back, and I see him checking his voicemail. Right?
Yeah.
He hears it, and he just pops up and looks around like he's got to share this with somebody. It was one of the greatest moments.
Yeah.
So Monty, if you have a recording of my dad, you got to share it with me. I would love to hear it again.
The Jets suck. I remember that because it was a thing that lasted for like a month.
Yeah.
It was just this, and I would say it to myself because your dad's voice was so distinct that it just was like, it was like, how you have Grover, like you can conjure up Grover's voice in your head. Yeah. Your dad was like that.
Yeah.
He was like Grover.
That's awesome. Like for our holiday gift that we gave to our clients, we made this interactive CD.
Yeah.
I think Monty was in charge of that. And he recorded my father's voice as like a narrator on the entire interactive CD.
Yeah.
So
I want to say there was an animation of your dad dancing or something, like a very crude...
Yeah, like almost
like a flash animation of your dad. Like he looked like a puppet.
Yeah. No, I think he exaggerated the head size so the head was a little bigger, and then there'd be just like him posing in 6 different poses, and it would just sort of kind of rotate through that.
Dance. He would dance to like whatever goofy, weird, non-Christmas, self-indulgent music we put on this stupid thing.
That was great because there'd be like 10 songs or whatever, right? Yeah. And when you clicked on the song, before the song would actually play, you would have a soundbite of my dad saying, "Good choice." And then I remember, because my dad loved like Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, right?
Yeah.
And then I think we had one of the songs on, because it was songs that we would play on our record player at the office.
Right.
And then I think one of them was Herb Alpert's songs, and he would say, "Oldie but goodie," or something like that.
What would you do? Would you and your dad hang out? I mean, obviously you would go to 49ers games, right?
Yeah, he had season tickets. So a cool thing that my dad did was like he used to go to like Kezar and watch the football games there. Eventually, when they moved to Candlestick, he got in season tickets.
And by the way, Kezar is barely a stadium. Kezar's like,
it was a bigger stadium back then. They've removed most of the stadium.
Yeah,
because if you look at old pictures,
it had walls and stuff.
Looked more like Stanford. Well, it went around, right? Now it's just like one end and that track is still there.
Yeah, and I think they play like Irish rules football or something, or hurling or something there.
Yeah, but he had season tickets in the late 70s and early 80s, so he got to experience all the the early Super Bowl runs, and he was there for the catch. And his story is, he used to tell this story about being at the NFC Championship against the Cowboys, and like as Joe's rolling out And as he throws that desperation throw into the end zone towards Dwight Clark, as soon as Dwight jumps up and catches the ball, the lady in front of him jumped up as well. So he had to immediately react and jump to see the catch itself.
So he almost didn't see it.
He almost didn't see it. Yeah.
How did your dad I'm always fascinated.
Evolve into football?
Like immigrants starting to like this sport that refuses to leave the United States, I guess, besides Canada.
I don't know. He used to love soccer. He loved watching soccer, and I hated it.
Right.
Because I was just I don't like, not being able to use your hands and everything. But he would on a Saturday afternoon, he would love watching Channel 14 and just watch a soccer match.
Oh, the Spanish?
In Spanish.
Spanish language soccer? Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember, fast forward a little bit, closer to passing away in the hospital, I remember telling him, there's a soccer game on right now. Do you want to watch that? Mm-hmm. So when I turned on the game for him, right? Yeah. He's he's essentially was dying. Okay.
And is he non-communicative at this point?
Very slow communicative. Yeah. He could barely talk, but he could mouth out a couple of things. Right. And I remember saying to him, I was don't worry about it. If you can't understand it, he was it's in Spanish. Yeah. And I'm don't worry. All you need to know is one word. Yeah. And he says to me, what? Fuck? I'm
on the Spanish language. He's listening.
And then I said, no, goal.
They haven't said fuck yet. I don't think they're going to say fuck.
I mean, literally, this was a month before he was going to pass away. He said that.
Did you laugh? How could you not?
I stopped laughing. I was just no, it's goal.
Was your dad much of a swearer?
Yes, he swore all the time. Yeah.
So I'm curious about, being from Hong Kong. Did he have British touchstone things, cultural touchstone things, like the soccer? Maybe.
I guess so.
All right.
So he came here in 1962. And so he would have been 22 when he moved here. And so he was pretty young. He dropped out of high school and just started working in Hong Kong. And then eventually when him and his family, his sister was out here in the States already. Yeah. And then she sponsored them to move out here, him and his two other sisters and his mom. And then when they moved out here, they lived in North Beach, which was kind of cool. They lived on Jasper Place, during our Christmas holiday lunch/drink fest. We always end up in North Beach, and it's nice because I get to pass by the place that he used to live in.
Yeah, you showed us this year.
Yeah. And then eventually, they moved to, I think, Union Street, a couple blocks away, and then eventually into the Richmond where they lived. And that's where he met my mom. They were next door neighbors in the Richmond. Nice. That's why the Richmond means so much to me.
Because you wouldn't exist without the Richmond.
I wouldn't exist without the Richmond, and I spent a lot of time there because I had family there as well. So yeah, that was his thing. I don't necessarily know why he got into American sports the way that he did. He loved the Niners. That's his diehard number one team ever. I inherited all his knickknacks, right? He has this stupid, it's about 2 feet tall, animatic thing that you push it and plays the Monday Night Football song, but it's this little toy that has a Niner helmet on, right?
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah. And then he also loved San Francisco Giants. Mm-hmm. He had two passions, the Niners and the Giants. And that was easy for us to buy Father's Day gifts for him. Right. We just buy him a new Niners sweater or a shirt or a hat. And, I actually have a bunch of it now.
And the whole time he secretly resented it.
He was God damn it. Another 49er knickknack.
Monty, tell Wayne to stop buying me 49er shit.
This sweater sucks. No, but he embraced it. He loved it. I do miss that part of it. Watching the first game of the season with him was always fun. Yeah. That was something that as an adult, I would continue doing that. Have him over, or I would go home to watch the game with him.
Nice. That's a nice memory.
Yeah. What did your dad do for a living?
He worked for, and there's actually a memory connected to this. There's a huge international engineering firm called Bechtel, and it's based in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it may not be as huge as it was in the 70s, but they worked on like the Alaska pipeline, and they did a lot of consulting for like Saudi Arabia and stuff. So they build these huge infrastructure projects. And there was actually like, very briefly, there was talk of us like moving to Saudi or something to like, and I don't know how that would have worked, but yeah, so he was a purchasing agent, and he so he would buy, he'd do contracts and buy giant things.
Yeah.
As a purchasing agent, that meant that we had all this weird stuff in the house that were like gifts from people from different countries.
Yeah.
We had this Japanese lion head.
Oh, wow.
That was like I think it was Japanese, but it looked sort of like the head of a Chinese dragon dance thing.
Oh yeah.
And it had a snapping jaw, and it had a sword in its mouth that I think you would use as like to open envelopes or something.
Uh-huh.
And so we had that, and then we had this Thai dancer lady with scary ass fingernails, and it was like, so it was this doll in a display case and doing like that, or maybe Indonesian, I'm not sure, but that's sort of like very.
I can picture it.
Yeah, kind of, but. Really,
I just did the the motion,
but her fingernails were like long, and at least I remembered it being that.
Yeah,
and she was so scary that she was kept in the closet with the sheets because my mom didn't want it out in the house because it was like this frightening thing.
Oh my God, how big was it?
It was like if you had. Like a 12-inch action figure like that.
Oh, okay.
But with a...
Yeah.
And the case itself was probably 15 inches tall or something.
That's trippy.
So my memory of him working at Bechtel is we went to the 25th, the 75th, some 5th anniversary of the founding of Bechtel.
Yeah.
And so we went to the building.
Whoa.
And I think maybe I was like 7 or 6. Mm-hmm. And, so I go around, and they showed like what was probably a crappy kind of short film about the history of Bechtel.
Yeah.
Like done in 16 millimeter and really washed out colors. And so we sat and watched that. And then they had activities, and I got a keychain. And I remember there being unusual for the time, because I think like companies would do more of this now, but like there was a place for the kids to play and glue wooden dowels together and that kind of like weird hippie crap. So I remember building something there, and I had it for years. It was just like wood glued together. And then so the head of the firm was Steve Bechtel.
Yeah. Oh, it was a family name. I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we sat behind him at this stupid film presentation. And then I asked my dad, is that Steve Bechtel? He goes, why don't you go ask him? I was like, are you insane? I don't want to get you fired. So I didn't ask him.
So this was here at the offices here.
Yeah, they were in downtown San Francisco. I want to say like Montgomery-ish area. And they actually had their own building, and they had this giant logo with the word Bechtel next to a globe and big chunky kind of sans serif 70s type.
Are they still there?
They're still in the city. I don't know where though. Actually, a woman I went to high school with used to work there.
No, on Beale Street.
Well, there you go.
Permanently closed, though.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I suspect they still exist, but they probably they are in North Carolina or something.
That is trippy.
Yeah.
Like my dad worked in medical supplies.
Yeah.
So he kind of stumbled into that world after moving here.
Yeah.
And then eventually him and 2 other, I guess, associates started their own company called Bay Area Surgical, Like they would sell to doctors' offices and hospitals and things like that. After like the first year, one of the partners passed away. And then it was just him and this other partner for, I want to say maybe another 15 years or something before the other one retired. The other one was older than him. Actually, he was in World War II, I think. And, you know,
my dad was in World War II.
Oh, yeah. So probably around the same age as your dad, like, you know, like a couple, you know, like maybe 10, 15 years older than my dad. So he, you know, he got to that age where he was going to retire. And then my dad eventually bought him out and continued the company for another, I want to say 10 years. And then he sold it and retired. In our case, it was all about all the different companies that are in the health industry, right? All the things that you see in a doctor's office. I totally grew up in that world between, you know, the stethoscopes and tongue depressors, the otoscopes and all that stuff
and the kidney pans and
the kidney, those pans, the paper that's on the table that you're sitting, you know, bare ass on. All that stuff I had to be very familiar with. For me to grow up in that industry, I would learn different companies and meet all these different salesmen that would come in. Back in the day when salespeople they would travel, right? They go city to city and have like a list of people that they would call on. It was really interesting. Like I learned how to shake a person's hand because I remember the salesperson sort of like reinforcing, like, this is how you shake your hand, son. You know, like, you know, it was just cool. It was
just weird old man stuff.
Yeah, but part of it was like that became my dad's world, right? In terms of you know, the people that he associated with. You know, there's a memorial. A couple of his old associates came to it, and you know, it's like I remember them. I remember them because I grew up going to the conventions. There was a
oh really.
Yeah, like there was a yearly one called HIDA, Health Industry Distributors Association or something like that. And my dad loved Hawaii. And so there would be a convention there like almost every year. It was either like, Hawaii, Chicago, or, you know, Washington, D.C. or something. So,
Hawaii and Chicago are very
different. Yeah. And I think there would be like fall ones and then spring ones too. So, but it was cool to sort of do that. And then I think my dad eventually wanted me to take over the business, but I got the itch for the advertising.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, our lives would be so much different if we had stuck to the plan.
Right. So what are your memories of being a dad in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Your kids are not as old as mine, but they're old and rotten now.
Yeah, I think we sort of like your kids, and then my kids are like, my oldest is maybe a year younger than your youngest or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I remember, I mean, your oldest came to my wedding.
She was a baby, but
she was a baby. I didn't have to pay for another plate for her.
And then Jason's then girlfriend almost dropped her.
Oh, really?
Because I think she was can I hold her?
Yeah.
And I think she was a little drunk.
I think we were a lot of drunk.
And this isn't the place to talk about it, but we do need to talk about my experience on your wedding day.
This is not the place. We'll do that one. There's a fun story.
This is not a Father's Day conversation.
Maybe closer to my anniversary, we'll talk about it. We can commemorate it because this year is my 25th anniversary, and we can commemorate that event. The event meeting the thing that you're talking about.
It was a series of events.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember a couple of things. Like I coached my kids when they were young and probably
on traveling teams, not some like BS police athletic league or something like that.
Well, we would do rec, but it would evolve into our summer travel team for our city. And that was that was a great experience. I loved doing that. Meeting all the families, you know, connecting with not just my own kid, right? But then kids that, you know, they're older now and, you know, like hopefully you can look back and say I had a good part in sort of teaching them, whether it's, you know, the skills on the field or, you know, just the outlook on life and stuff. So that was really cool.
Were you Coach Lee?
No, it's Coach Wayne.
Coach Wayne.
Nobody really ever called their coaches by their last name. I guess, I don't know if it was the case years ago, but nowadays.
When I was a kid, we would definitely, Mr. Northington. And
oh, yeah. But it was funny. My youngest, Audrey, when she was young, she hated me. At least I thought she hated me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Father's Day content.
Yeah, this is hardcore Father's Day content. She wouldn't listen to me. She would sort of rebel and you know, like always seemed like she preferred my wife over me.
Well, I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, she should just get her own podcast then. But when I became her coach, the script flipped. Like all of a sudden she listened and she, took my advice, and anything that I was trying to sort of like instill in her, she was open ears, and it was great. Became this thing where I really leaned into that because of the experience, but then also like I felt like we were bonding a lot more.
Right.
So that was really cool. I enjoyed that part of it. But yeah, the various things that we would do around the Bay Area as well. Like, we've been to, obviously like Great America. I think I took the kids there a couple of times. A lot less than I would have expected though. Like considering the proximity, you kind of assume that like, be there like every year or something. But yeah, weirdly enough, we would go to Disneyland more than Great America, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about that before we started recording.
Yeah.
It was the same for us. I think my kids, at least with me, have only been once.
Oh, wow.
To Great America and to Marine World.
Yeah. Maybe if your kids ever come visit you in the Bay Area, we should take them to Great America one more time before it closes.
They're not. They're not
coming.
No, my daughter is married with a kid, and she lives in Michigan, and then my son lives in Australia, and he never wants to come back. So I'll go with you, though.
Thanks, man.
I'll hold your hand.
All right. Yeah. Buy me
I'll
funnel cake
and carry a giant lollipop and lick it with the little sailors out.
I need you to carry the big stuffed animal that we're gonna win, and then
oh
man,
I can't wait for my special day with Wayne.
Yeah, I know you moved a while ago. And, the kids were somewhat young when they left the Bay Area. But do you remember any big moments here that you did with them?
I remember. So one thing was when my son got his first haircut.
Oh, okay.
And it was so we lived in North Berkeley near Albany. And the main drag was Solano Avenue. And Solano Avenue, it's like this great combination of urban and suburban. And so there's all these weird stores because it's Berkeley. And so you could walk to anything. If you needed anything, you could walk to it.
Yeah.
And one of the places was this haircut place, ingenious because it was directed towards little kids, and it was also a toy store. Like, you clever bastards.
That's really sneaky of them. Oh my God.
Very sneaky.
Get you
really an amazing selection of Thomas the Tank Engine little die-cast trains. And so the insidious genius of this is like, you have an opportunity to bribe your kid to shut up while they're getting a haircut. So yeah, if
you shut up, I'll buy you a train after it.
Exactly. We'll get a Thomas if you're good.
Yeah.
And so he went, and he was 3, and he had never had a haircut. And so he had this wild, very curly hair. He was very cute. He looked like a wild hippie baby. And so we went, and then... But the thing was, it was long and curly, and it got gnarly. Like it would not. He'd get yogurt in it, like that kind of thing. So he had to get a haircut. So I took him. He did a great job for never have had a haircut before kind of situation. He didn't cry. We got him a Thomas. We went home, and he looked sharp. He had this nice little boy haircut. Yeah. And then we went home, and his mom got a little weepy. Oh. And she says, now he looks like a little boy. He doesn't look like a baby anymore. Oh. So it was very sad. But he didn't smell as bad. So that's good.
Yeah, because rotting yogurt is not exactly the thing that you want to smell like.
Exactly. And then in terms of my daughter, I think we've talked about this before, but like going to see...
the movie Up, right?
The movie Up.
Yeah.
At Pixar.
That's a cool experience.
Yeah. But like Berkeley was a great place to raise kids just because there was lots to do. So we would do something every weekend. We'd go, there's a good science museum with a whale you could climb on. It wasn't as good as the Exploratorium, but it was pretty good.
That's up on the hill, right?
Lawrence Hall of Science.
Right. I've been there.
And there was just tons of movie theaters, so we'd go to the movies all the time. There was tons of parks. There was a Cordonesis Park in Berkeley has this giant slide that's like built into the hill.
Wow.
And Owen chose to pee down it.
Turn it into a water slide.
Yeah. And then the Rose Garden, liked walking through the Rose Garden. It was a good place to raise little weird kids.
Yeah.
I'd say. And then they get an opportunity to see weird, crazy people.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's the best of both worlds, Wayne.
Nice.
One thing we would do that was really cheap, and I was very proud of for figuring this out, we would go to the Amtrak station in Berkeley and then buy tickets to go to Richmond.
Okay.
And then we'd ride to Richmond and then get food at this little snack bar, ride to Richmond and just ride back.
Oh, that's fun.
And it was like $5 a head.
Yeah.
And they got to be on a train.
So was it like an old-timey train or is it just like any other commuter train? Yeah.
No, it was an Amtrak. It was just a dumb Amtrak train.
Yeah.
But so Berkeley has this phenomenal park, and now the name escapes me. But it has all this stuff there's a petting zoo called the Little Farm. Tilden Park.
Yeah.
But they had a steam train. They had a little miniature steam train that you could ride. And it would go through like the loop was probably 2 miles or something. And it would go through like this cool forest, and you'd see other trains and wave at them. And it was fun. It was good. It was like, and there was also a merry-go-round.
Oh, nice.
Lots to do with children in Berkeley. And I have so many memories of just doing like lazy, let's get out of the house, let's get in the car and go someplace.
Yeah.
And doing that. That's what I miss about having little kids around.
Yeah. It's such a brief moment, right?
Yeah.
That you get to enjoy that. You know, I've looked at old pictures before and just, you know, so in San Mateo, at least, we have a Central Park, right? And, you know, there's been times when we took them down there for Easter egg hunts on the first time with a toddler, probably the worst thing to do, right? Because
they don't know what the hell
what the hell they're doing. You got like 5 and 6 year olds just trampling past them, pushing them over.
You're hungover.
I'm hungover. I'm like
slightly high.
And they're not, you're like, pick that up right there. I'm going to put it in front of you. Pick it up. And they're like, I don't know what to do. You know? But it's a moment that everybody has to go through, right? As a parent. It's like the thing that you go there with such high intentions, right? My kid's going to get like 3 dozen eggs.
Yeah.
And it's like zip. I had to find half of this plastic eggshell to give to her.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like we did that. There used to be a little train that would be in San Mateo's Central Park.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, those little things are really fun. I remember taking them we had season passes to the California Academy of Sciences.
Nice.
In Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. We would do that a lot. Yeah, the butterfly dome that they had there.
Yeah.
The Steinhardt aquarium that was part of it.
Right.
That was fun.
With the 2-headed snake.
And then the albino alligator.
Yep.
That just recently passed away.
Poor bastard. So my story about the California Hall of Sciences or whatever it was, is there's the part that's like the lobby that also has all like the retail in it, like the gift shop and stuff. And we're walking around there, and then my son wasn't paying attention, and so they had all those earthquake beam structure things, like those giant support structures that they installed after the big one. So they're everywhere, and they're kind of not, you really have to pay attention when you're walking. And so my son, who I think at the time was probably 7 or maybe even 5 or 6, wasn't paying attention. He was talking to me, and then over his shoulder, and I'm like, wait, slow down. And he was not listening. And he turns his head, and then it sounded like a fungo bat, like hitting.
Oh my God.
hitting a very hard baseball, like ping. And he wouldn't let me help him. He was walking around in circles with his hands clamped to the front of his face, and he wouldn't let me help him. Get away from me! Get away from me! So we learned a lot about science that day.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah, did everybody stop from that noise and just stare?
I think there was so many opportunities for people to stop and stare at us beyond him hitting the giant beam.
Yeah.
Like just him, like him walking around with his hands clamped to his face. I think he was embarrassed that he was crying.
Oh, yeah. But there was another place that you guys had gone. I think I remember this when it happened because we were working all together again. You had gone to one of was it a Comic-Con or some sort of something con?
Yeah, I went with our friend Peter and his kid, who's a little bit older than Owen. We went to the Comic-Con, San Francisco Comic-Con, whatever it's called. I don't know. It has some local name.
Yeah. NerdCon.
Yeah, at Moscone Center. And it was fun. And we walked around, and then Lou Ferrigno talked to my son. He said, "I'm the host." And my son was like, "Well, I don't even know what that means, sir." And then
leave me alone.
No. And then Peter's son, very interestingly, had a fascination with James Bond, right? But his favorite James Bond was George Lazenby, who was James Bond only once in From Russia with Love or whatever.
The second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think George Lazenby was going to be there, so he was very excited.
Oh, interesting. This is the same one that was obsessed with Indiana Jones as well?
Yeah. And he was wearing his Indy hat while we were there. And then we saw a young Gavin Newsom, who was then mayor of San Francisco, walking around with his baby. Or a baby. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't his. But he was wearing a suit with a Bjorn. And there was a baby on the front of him.
Soon to be the former governor, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. So I saw Lou Ferrigno and Gavin Newsom on the same day.
Yeah, nobody can say that. So
no,
that's a first. Segue back to the Father's Day episode. Yeah. You know, one of the reasons that we started this podcast was, number one, for you and I, Greg, to do something together, something really fun and do something interesting for people to listen to, right?
And monetize it and become wealthy.
And monetize it and become wealthy and become,
media darlings.
All that jazz.
Yeah.
But one of the sort of side benefits of this, in my mind at least, was, I look back and think about my dad and I'm repeating the stories that I've experienced, but yeah, it took me, 40 something years to sit down with my dad to listen and write them down. Unfortunately, before he was gone. Right. This gives us a chance to really record and document like our experiences and hopefully the kids, Ruby and Owen and then, Audrey and Sydney can one day just kind of look back and listen and hear the stuff that we experienced and the things that we thought were interesting in a way that I can't do with my dad.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't with your dad either. So yeah.
I think that's very optimistic of you to think that our kids would listen to this because
they can't even listen to an episode.
My son, I was talking about the podcast with my son. He says, I'll be honest with you. I haven't listened past the first episode. I'm just not interested. Which is why I cannot, that's fine. I can't argue with that. I wouldn't listen to my mom's podcast.
No, same with mine. But it's weird, right? I think the older you get, I would love to hear my dad talk about something with his good friend from work, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be fascinating. But, it takes time. It definitely takes time. It's going to be like that, Gallo Chablis. It's going to need some aging before somebody can really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So hopefully Spotify doesn't go out of business because, they're hosting these these episodes.
I love that we're not saving these. We're counting on Spotify to...
Yeah. So everybody, please buy stock in Spotify and keep them going.
I mean, you have these on a drive, right?
On a floppy, yes, I do have each episode.
On a cycle disc. on 50 side quests.
On a side quest disc, yeah.
Yeah. In a zip file.
Yeah. Hopefully this little episode was fun. If you guys are curious to listen to other episodes, please go to our channel and check out the other 17 episodes that we've done so far. And if you want to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of us at hellafoggypodcast@gmail.com.
And if you have ideas for shows that we could do easily, let us know and maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, check out our social channel. We have an Instagram channel at Hella Foggy Podcast. If you go there, you'll learn a little more about us. We also announce our episode drops there. So yeah, check us out there. You can also send a message through that as well.
Yes, and happy Father's Day to everybody who celebrates. Happy Father's Day to the fathers. Happy Father's Day to the mothers that sometimes are also fathers, because that's just how that family is. So
absolutely, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. So, and to you, Greg, happy Father's Day to you,
and to you, Wayne.
Thank you, sir.
The Day of the Father to you.
All right.
The Jets suck, Wayne.
The Jets suck, Monty.
The Jets suck.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. Happy Father's Day.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it is funny. Like, Audrey and I were talking the other day and she talked about something, right? I'm like, oh yeah, we just talked about that on the podcast. You should listen.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, why don't you just tell me instead?
So boring.